Hey gang, it's Paul Ramsey, and I'm joined today by Erika Flint, who is presenting at the 2017 NGH convention. Erika is going to be doing a 1-hour session on Friday, August 11th at 1 p.m., and it is called Amplify Your Personal Power with Hypnosis. Learn how to use hypnosis to reach your potential, then teach it to your clients. That sounds fascinating, Erika.
Yeah, I am super excited about this. I've been working in this space for a long time now, meaning just high performance. And so my previous career as a software engineer, I did that for about 14 years. And that work was all focused on innovation and high performance. And so I took all of that from my previous training and mixed it with a little positive psychology and flow. And now it's integrated into hypnosis. So you take everything that you probably heard about flow, and now you attach hypnosis to it. And now you're able to improve your own personal high performance, I guess, every single day. So it's something that I think I'm really excited about, and I get to use every single day in my job and my career, and I love teaching it to clients.
Cool. That's awesome. Tell me more about how you made that transition from the former professional life to this. Like, what really got you into hypnotism?
Well, okay, so my previous career as a software engineer was really, I mean, I absolutely loved it. I had been programming computers since I was 5 years old, actually. Wow. I just loved sitting there programming. I think like one of the first things that I ever created was just like changing the background color of the monitor, like really simple things like, oh, purple for 5 seconds, oh, blue for 5 seconds. So the whole programming aspect was really me. And then when I started working in an enterprise level company and helping businesses really achieve their high results, it was really rewarding. But at some point, really what happened was I had a personal transformation. So I kind of went through and I think a lot of hypnotists have a story like this, right? This is how we get into this field to help people. I went through my own kind of really low point in my life, and realized, oh my gosh, there has got to be something more. Because when you look at it on paper and dialed in, the job, the spouse, the home, the dogs, the cats, everything kind of like what you're supposed to be doing. And it just was not fulfilling. And so when I went through that transition, I started looking for something more. And when I found I'll never forget the moment that I found hypnosis. Because I just decided to take a community class. It's kind of like an intro style class. Yeah. And so I'm sitting there in the classroom, and the way that I think about it now is really the light bulb came on over my head. And I was sitting there and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what hypnosis is doing. This is what we have the power to go internally and understand what is keeping us from being successful, what's holding us back when we think we should be able to do something, but we're not able to do it. What's going on there? Figure out what's really going on there. And once you learn that about yourself and you figure out what's happening now, you can use every aspect of your life to be highly efficient and just really love and enjoy your life as much as possible. So the moment I figured that out, it was just so peaceful and happy that I figured that out. It's kind of like, geez, now I know what I want to be when I grow up type of a thing,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about, I clearly went on a very different path in my life. I remember in 4th grade, I got selected for the logo program. Do you remember the logo programming language back in the 80s? This was like 1984. So it was like one of those beginning, like the beginning of like them trying to funnel kids toward coding,
I did basic. I'm not familiar with logo. Was that PC? Was that Mac?
It was a PC. Yeah, it was a PC program, and like there was this turtle, and you'd program, and the turtle would like the turtle would move, and then eventually I built a rocket. I built this little like 8-bit rocket, and it took off, and like.
So you're creating something.
Yeah. So I was doing that, and then I got to the end of it, and I was like, yeah, this is really not for, like, I'm not very good at this. Like, I should probably, in 4th grade, I was like, yeah, thank you, teacher, but I probably shouldn't be doing this.
You know what's so interesting about that? One of the reasons that I think it really took with me is I had, if you can believe it, I had a mentor at that age. And this is something that I've used ever since in my life, is finding a mentor, someone who's really doing what you want to be doing and helping you. My fifth grade teacher loved programming. So this is back, way back in, I don't remember what year it was, but I had a VIC-20. And then I had a Commodore 64, and he did too. Okay. So, and this is my fifth grade teacher. And so we're learning together, right? And it was so cool because here I am in fifth grade and he's my teacher, but we're both learning something brand new together. And so he was mentoring me through that. Cool. There was an aspect of that I think is really powerful. So
yes. I think that's totally true.
Yeah. Get really excited about it.
So this is what's going to happen. People are going to come spend an hour for you, and for somebody, you're going to be their mentor, I bet. This is what happens at the convention, right? We meet people, and there's going to be someone who really cares about this idea, who's aching to really get into how to find their personal power and take it to the next level. And you're saying that in this 1 hour session, you're going to even talk about, it says right here, it says you're going to talk about the science behind these techniques to help educate your clients and empower them for success while you enjoy more personal success than ever before. What do you think the real value of not just this topic? I mean, it's clear what the value of this topic is, but where's the value in what you're going to bring to them during this hour? Where's the value in the content and the skill stuff that you're going to teach during this hour?
That's something that you can use for the rest of your life. It's a strategy used to, it's a strategy and a technique, but it's a practice. So it's something that you can do every day. And a lot of hypnotists are probably already using some form of self-hypnosis or other type of practice that they do every day. Bottom line, I think the most successful hypnotists and people really in the world is we're doing our own thing. Like, you have to take care of yourself. You can't get out of balance. You got to be doing these things. When you show up to work with a client, the most important thing is that you are clear. You are happy. You are peaceful. You are in alignment with, your greater self and the things that you want to achieve in your life. If you've got something going on in your head, you're worried about something, that is going to negatively interrupt the session. So really, bottom line, when you're taking such good care of yourself and increasing a little bit every single day, now it's really easy to show up 100% for your clients. And when you realize what's happening there and you do it for yourself using this strategy, your life just takes on a whole new meaning, because you realize every single day can be better than the day before. And kind of in a general sense, I think people understand that this makes it actionable. So this makes it something that you can actually do every day and kind of measure the results. Now, as far as the science is concerned, I like science, but it has to be proven to me. Right. So it's like, okay, the numbers all look good, but what's in it for me type of a thing, like prove it to me. Right. I mean, and clients like numbers too. I mean, they like to understand really what's going on with certain things, and how do we get into flow? How do we get into that state of mind where we are highly, highly present and aware, doing our absolute best work without really thinking about it. Right. It's kind of automatic, and we're tapping into that most powerful, I call it inherent power. We all have inherent power inside of us, untapped potential. How cool would it be to tap into that every single day using a systematic approach that works? Right. So that by the end of your day, when you're going to sleep at night, you're like, wow, another good day, another awesome day, and I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.
Hey, tell me, just clarify for people, because again, of course, these interviews are going to be on YouTube and anyone in the world can find them. For people who aren't familiar with the concept of flow, can you just explain that briefly?
Sure. The concept of flow really is where you are at a very highly high performance state. It's like a state of mind, an altered state of consciousness in a positive way, where you are highly, highly productive. You're basically in your best state of mind. So flow, a couple examples of flow might be when you, if you're an artist, you're in that time period where time is just flying by. Really thinking about it, it feels like, that's where the word flow comes from. It feels like it's just flowing out of you. Now, wouldn't it be cool to get into that state as often as possible? So when we do that, right, we don't get tripped up by conscious mind. We don't get tripped up by limiting beliefs. We don't get tripped up by, oh, that's not good enough, or geez, what did I just say? Like thinking about what you're saying ahead of time, all those things that tend to trip us up. that is absent. And so we get to do our absolute best work.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Hey, tell me one example of a time, if you can, where your understanding of this empowerment stuff and this inherent power, like where was the leap for you, where when something clicked or you had an aha moment, like your ability to produce and be more and do more and have more just kind of vaulted forward?
Sure. Yeah, I'd love to. I think that there's a period where we're learning something new. Like as a new hypnotist, there's a lot to learn. And of course, you want to get really, really good training. And the really good training is the foundation for really great work. Now, once you have really good training, you might be sitting there in session with a client thinking, what am I going to do? Or all of that type of a thing where you're trying to apply that really good training. So one of the things that I figured out for me is how important it is, and I said this earlier, but this to give you an example, how important it is for me when I walk to work or ride my bike or go on a hike or do all of these things, it really puts me back into that really, really important alignment kind of with me. All right. So I was walking to work one day, which I like to do every single day because it kind of gets me in that flow. So as I'm walking into work, I'm really kind of feeling this kind of expansion, I guess, so to speak. So I'm noticing the wind, I'm noticing the birds and the trees, and all of these things are coming. Now, when I go into session with a client, I am so perfectly present with them. I'm not coming in with any preconceived ideas. I'm not coming in with something that I think it needs to be this way. So it's true client-centered work, because now, for example, when I was working with this particular client, I had ideas about how to help them that I never would have had if I was trying to be regimented to this kind of box that was only based on my training. So right. We all bring some level of expertise and experience to our life. And when we're open to all of these other things happening in our life, now we show up for a client 100%, and information comes to us, a universal consciousness or just a deeper knowing, or you're tapped into your own greater power. All of those things, now you are providing true, exceptional value to your client that they probably can't get anywhere else.
Yeah, that's great. So that's almost like the concept of priming, right? That by starting your day, heading to work, and being mindful and present, you're priming yourself for that throughout your workday. I love that. I think that's great.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And you can have an expectation for this success every single day, but you don't know exactly how it's going to show up. So there's also kind of like this belief in yourself and belief in hypnosis, belief in yourself that you might not know exactly where it's going to come from.
Cool. Hey, tell me, if people want to learn more about you, what's the best way for them to do that?
They can find me on CascadeHypnosisCenter.com, my website. There's more information there. I do have a training website too, so there's a lot of really great, for hypnotists, there's a lot of great videos there and other information on CascadeHypnosisTraining.com. Of course, they can find me on all of the social networks too, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+.
Cool. All right, you guys. Friday, August 11th at 1 p.m. You can hang out with Erika and you can learn about how to amplify your personal power using hypnosis. And remember, so double benefit here. This is where so many smart presenters at the convention do this, is work on how you can bring this into your own life. And once you really have done it and you're living it and you know it, then you model that and you use it with your clients. And so you're benefiting personally from this. Your clients are benefiting from this. It's awesome. Do this, spend this hour, right? Erika, thank you so much for making time with me.
Thank you, Paul, for having me. It has been a blast talking with you this morning. I'm super excited already, and I hope to see everyone at Friday at 1 at the convention.
All right, we'll see you in August.